If you've ever heard of the term focus on the big rocks, that's what I want to talk about today. These are actually golf balls, but I've seen this presentation more than once where you put in the big rocks, the golf ball, and then they ask if it's full and you put in pebbles, and you ask if it's full, yeah it's full, and then you put in sand and then you put in water. And what I want to focus on today is to make a video for small business owners that understand the principle of focusing on the core things that you need to do right away to be successful in your business online and offline, and kind of what to expect to pay for those things and maybe where to outsource them. So let's go ahead and get started. And when we're talking to clients, we talk to them about the big rocks, the big things, the core things, the core foundations that they need in their marketing. And the number one thing you need, and a lot of you may already have this, is you've got to work on your logo and your branding. And if you don't, your signs, your brochures, your business cards, and a business without a sign is a sign of no business. You may have heard of that. But same thing with the business cards and a logo. A lot of people are just using text logos. One thing that can take you from ground zero to looking legitimate is having some nice brochures, a nice looking logo. And there's a lot of agencies out there that want to take your money for a couple $1,000s to make you a cool logo, and that's great. But you can go out to freelancer.com, for example, and get a nice looking logo for $50, run a contest. And we do those things for clients. We just kind of manage the process to get some branding packages. It's not our core focus, but if somebody just wants to take it, us to take it and handle it, that's great. But you can go out and get a very inexpensive logo at Freelancer, on Fiverr even. You can get some upgrades there for $5. But having a decent logo really sets your company apart and makes you look a lot more professional early. But then the next thing that we look at is we start with a blog or a website. And I say blog because your website needs to be dynamic. It needs to change often in order for Google to rank it. It's not my opinion, I know that to be true, but I recommend WordPress because it's kind of easy to work on once it's established. I don't think it's easy for you to set up necessarily. I would recommend outsourcing it to a company like us or somebody in your local market that works on WordPress sites. But I would not recommend Wix. They're great for a budget, they look nice, but they don't have a lot of functionality SEO wise. Weebly is not much better. Squarespace is actually a template based system online that's actually decent. It has some SEO value that you can do with it to grow and scale pretty decently. But WordPress, again, that will allow you to scale a lot, and you can get a basic WordPress site. I mean, we do those, set them up for people for $400. You send us what you want to say in it, and we do some advanced things, some e-commerce. But if you're just needing a basic website, you can get a decent WordPress website anywhere between $500 and $800. But custom sites, be very careful of those for somebody that's wanting to quote you a custom site, because they've got to recreate something that may already look great online on WordPress. And you can go out to our website and see some of the examples that we have, but you can also go out to themeforest.net and see some beautiful themes. You want to make sure that they're with a good designer and easy to work on. They have support with them, but that's kind of what we do for our clients. But don't spend, if you're a small business owner just getting started, I've seen a lot of people blow their entire marketing budget on their website with a custom web designer. And I just think that's a huge mistake. Sorry guys, if you make custom websites, more power to you, but those are more critical for e-commerce and maybe some of those applications, even though we use Shopify and some other themes. My theory on websites is this: if somebody's already done a lot of the heavy lifting, the code is pretty clean, why would I want to go reinvent the wheel? I can change the colors, the graphics, and make it look custom without having to spend 50 hours redesigning the site, because that's how long it would take. And I understand why you have to pay a lot for custom, but I don't recommend it. So get this out of the way. Get your website done. Get a nice domain name. We got some tips for getting good domain names. Your company name may be available. But then the next thing you want to do is you want to go out and set up your social media profiles. And this video is part of step one of this local business gold course that we're teaching, focusing on the big rocks, focusing on the things that you need right away. And social media is one of those items, you know, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and try to pick no more than 2 to be really good at, because the reality is you're not going to go out there every day. I recommend Google Plus is one that nobody ever talks about, but go out and get that yesterday. It's that important. Claim a Google Plus profile page first, and then go out and get a Google Plus business page immediately, because that's where you can get ranked quickly. I've got some videos that shows you how to optimize it, or we do that for clients. But getting those social media profiles set up is very important. Engage on Facebook. Some people like Instagram. It's whatever your preference is, but try to focus on about 2 of them. Do those well, and the others will just be kind of sitting there for social proof. But the next thing that we talk about is to go out and get a YouTube video or a commercial. And we have them as low as $99 if you want to send us some pictures in, and even a couple of video clips. They're basic videos. You know, you can't get, we do some high dollar stuff too, that multiple cameras, lighting, you know, this is being shot in my den today, but having a good video commercial is extremely important, because it can rank and it tells your story 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Anytime somebody hits your website or they're on your social media profiles, you can use a video commercial to show what the inside of your business looks like, what you're like as a person. You're getting to know me as we're watching this video, as you're watching this video, and that's what your clients do when they're watching your commercial online. So that's a critical thing, and I recommend that for everybody. And then the next thing that, you know, maybe not necessarily in this order, but these are some of the things that we talk about and try to clean up. Once you have your website and social media, you want to go out and go to a listing service and try to get as many business directory listings as you can. We've got multiple at 360businessreviews.com. We run offers on 360 local offers, and they're small business oriented sites, but there's Yelp, there's Bing, there's Yahoo. They're much bigger than me, obviously, but the ones you want to get, the top 5 to 6 are Yahoo, Bing, Google Plus, Yelp. Manta is a great one. You can put video listings there, which is nice. And you know, Apple Maps is something that not a lot of people talk about, claiming that one. And then there's some data aggregators, but I don't want to go too deep on this video. We do the 50 listings for somewhere in the $200 range, which is very affordable. And then if you want some help optimizing the good ones manually, these are all manual listings. There's an art to getting Yelp, Bing, Google Plus, getting those optimized where they'll rank well, and you can go out and research some videos if you'd like, but those are extremely important to go out and get these listings. What happens is your website is like my house, okay? My house has a nice foundation under it. It's built on a rock, but it also has a structure underneath to keep the floors level so it doesn't shift, the wood stays intact, and it needs to be built on a good foundation. If your website doesn't have any links, like from social media, okay? You know, getting 4 or 5 social media accounts and putting your website with HTTP, and you want to do this on all of them, / your domain, mybusiness.com. Okay, those are all creating links back to this site. This is your anchor, this is your foundation. It needs to have a phone number, it needs to have a way to get in touch with you via email. I love it when they have videos, they convert a lot better. We talk a lot about conversions. But having these video sites, we submit to Dailymotion, Metacafe, Vimeo, and multiple video sites, and we help people get their videos ranked on Google But just having one on YouTube is a good solid backlink. Again, you want to put in the description http:// and then your link to your website. You can actually go to your website, copy it, paste it if you don't know what I'm talking about. But then these listings, again, getting 50 or so listings. If you've got 100 people in your niche in your city, I'm in Birmingham, Alabama, and there's at least 100 plumbers. I guarantee you not, and I've done the numbers, I've seen it, maybe 7 or 8 have these listings in place like I'm talking about, and a lot of times they've done them wrong. So this is important. I just want you to understand the foundation of what we're trying to build. We started with the logo, and we're moving on to these other things, and the last thing is the big rock, if you will, is your communications.